baseball fans. Welcome to Dream Baseball Tours, where we plan, organize, and execute unforgettable baseball experiences. My name is Doug, and today I want to introduce you to a great friend of mine, Jeff Bear.
Hello.
Today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame. So before we get into it, I've got a trivia question. So, what is the name of the baseball field that's near Cooperstown? Near the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, and then how did it get its name? So what is the baseball field's name at Cooperstown near the Hall of Fame, and how did it get its name? So that answer in a little bit. Okay, so back to our guest here, Jeff Bear. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Jeff. I've been a lifelong baseball fan. One of my favorite memories in all of my baseball experience was getting to play at Dreams Park in Cooperstown. I was like 12 or something like that, and I got to play in the tournament there with my Little League team, and it was great. And that's kind of how I got on the topic of the Hall of Fame this weekend, because obviously it's going to be a huge weekend in Cooperstown, and get to go all around the area.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to be in Cooperstown this weekend, so hopefully I'll be able to share some different pictures or some videos, or I'll give you a recap when I'm done. If you don't follow us already on Instagram, follow us at Dream Baseball Tours. Also, our Twitter feed is live. What's that, Jeff?
It is. It is Dream B-Ball Tours, at Dream B-Ball Tours. So you can go there, follow, keep up with everything for the website.
Great. And if this is the first time that you're watching us on Facebook, make sure that you like the page. That way you can keep up to date on any other videos or information that we put out. 2020, we are going to be taking a trip to the Cooperstown, to the Hall of Fame. Maybe a couple of them that will stop by, but one for sure that's going to be at the Hall of Fame. And that should be a lot of fun. So follow us and keep up to date on any information that we'll be sending out later. So for 2019, let's talk a little bit about the Hall of Fame inductees. So there are 6 people going into the Hall of Fame, and let's see, we've got Lee Smith and Harold Baines, who were inducted or voted in by the Veterans Committee, and the other 4?
A little bit more recent, Mariano Rivera, obviously a unanimous choice. Roy Halladay, Edgar Martinez, and Mike Mussina, who I totally forgot existed until 5 minutes ago.
I would say just a couple thoughts for me on any of the people going in. One, I saw Roy Halladay in person at Wrigley Field. He was that was near, I don't know what, near the beginning or when interleague play was going on. We saw the Cubs face the Blue Jays, and boy, he was lights out. He was just an excellent pitcher. I wish I could see him this weekend. It'll be just pretty cool to see his family and a lot of close friends there. And then I would say Edgar Martinez is another one for me. Back when with Griffey and Buhner and some of those really good athletes on some of the Seattle teams that they had, he was just so good, and it was probably a question on whether a DH only or a mainly DH should ever get into the Hall of Fame, but he was just so good at his job that he definitely deserved it. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. This is really the first analytics driven player, I think, who's made it into the league or made it into the Hall of Fame. Like when you look back at the league, what is the value of a designated hitter? And he was so good at it that he added that much value that he's one of the best to ever do it.
Right.
Incredible.
Anyone else? Any other thoughts on any of the other players?
Mariano Rivera, obviously, right? Just transcended closing games, right? He was just so good. And I think people maybe non-hardcore fans of baseball forget he did it all with one pitch.
Yeah.
He found his pitch and he just threw it every time, and that just makes him even more incredible to me.
So are you mad that he got inducted with a unanimous vote?
No.
Are you mad that he was the one to get it?
No. Don't care.
Should someone else have been unanimous a long time ago?
Probably, and I don't remember. It's crazy. Think about how many amazing players have existed in baseball, and he's the first one ever to go unanimously. Baseball has a problem sometimes getting over itself.
Yeah. So with that, let's talk about next year's possibilities for the Hall of Fame. So
Going downhill quickly for next year.
So there is one big one, and if you've never been to the Hall of Fame, next year is probably the year to go. I would say that we're going to have our second unanimous vote when Derek Jeter gets voted in. We were just talking a little bit ago. Is there any more famous New York athlete?
I really don't think so.
Yeah, at least not in the recent history.
Think of all the sports, even right. You've got Lawrence Taylor for the Giants, Patrick Ewing for the Knicks. Mike Piazza. There's probably a more famous Met.
Daryl Strawberry, Doc Gooden.
Yeah, but even then, compared to Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Who else compares? I don't think there's any comparison.
Yeah, at least not recently. Maybe when you go all the way back to the Mickey Mantle days and stuff, then you've really got a lot of people. But
modern, 80s to now.
He's probably the one. So there's going to be a lot of people going. He's going to be, for sure, inducted. But after that, it gets thin fast. Yeah. Now, we've got Schilling and Clemens and Bonds, who are all right around that, just under 60% vote. So I don't know if they're going to be able to make the jump, but maybe with no other good people, they'll finally get in, or maybe with, I don't know. Do you think that those three deserve to get in?
Yeah, probably. Just looking at baseball, Barry Bonds needs to be there. Roger Clemens needs to be there. It's just so hard to tell. Yeah. Everybody was juicing. Mm-hmm. How many players were juicing in the 50s, 60s, 70s? We had no idea. Yeah. Just get them in there and...
they're part of the story. They're part of the story of baseball, so why not put them in there? You don't have to like them. You don't have to like the person that they are, but you can at least respect what they were doing on the field. And who knows? There might be other people that have already been inducted in the Hall of Fame that someday will come out that they were a bad person or that they took drugs or something too. So
that's true.
Yeah, I think they should get in.
And there's a website called baseballreference.com, and they have what they call their Hall of Fame monitor. And it's basically an algorithm, or just basically an equation that they made that looks at the likelihood, not whether they deserve it, but just based on their stats, if they think that they'll get elected to the Hall of Fame. 100 is above 100 is likely. 130 is basically a lock. Derek Jeter currently has a score of 337, so it's safe to say he's going to get there. And then you look at the rest of the class. The next highest is Alfonso Soriano at 105. That's a pretty big drop-off, though.
I don't know if he'll get in his first year, though.
I don't think so, because when you look at people like Clemens and Bonds, they're at 332 and 340 respectively, which is... it's absurd that they're not there. Right. It's only because of the steroids.
Now, they've been 7 years, and they've been going up pretty much every year in the last few years.
Next year will be their 8th, so they only have 2 more years after that.
Yeah, so they should... I hope that they get in. If not, then you got the Veterans Committee, which I don't know if they'll ever put them in, but hopefully the baseball writers will get them in anyway. So, okay, so back to our trivia questions. So we had, what is the name of the field? Now there are Dreams Fields or Dreams Park, where there's a whole bunch of fields where kids play. But the field we're talking about is right near, a couple blocks away from the Hall of Fame. What is the name of that baseball park? And it is Doubleday Field. Doubleday Field. So how did it get its name? Tell you there was this is controversial, but Abner Doubleday back in 1839, he's a Cooperstown native, was basically, I guess, he's been given the title of creating the game of baseball. Now, like I said, historians will quabble, whatever.
They do that.
They fight over who actually did it, but there was a long study, and they basically said, okay, we'll give it to Abner Doubleday. So that's why Cooperstown is where the Hall of Fame is, because Abner Doubleday is from Cooperstown, and that's where Doubleday Field got its name, from the creator of baseball. So. Okay, well, until next time, like we said at the beginning, if you could follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, we'd really appreciate it. And we will stay in touch with the next video. And for Jeff and for myself, have a great day.